everyone, it's Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home. Thanks so much for coming by today. Today I want to share with you a sort of combined haul of things that I've picked up here and there at thrift stores and estate sales over the past about month or so. Like many of you, I have just such a heavy heart right now. There's so much going on, and even in my own home we have the flu, and I'm better, but I still have 2 sick kids and they're resting right now, which is why I'm able to sit and film for you guys. But it's just been kind of a heavy time. Times like this just really helps you realize like how the sideline things just don't really matter, and just loving on your people is what matters. So that's really what I've been trying to do. So I do apologize for my absence from YouTube this past week and a half or so. But I have some fun things to show you today, and I hope it just brings a little bit of encouragement and inspiration and joy to your day. So I'll start with the things that I found at various thrift stores first. At a local thrift store, I found this really beautiful blue and white piece that you probably saw in my last video because I found it just in time to include it in that video. It was only $3.99 and I loved it. I've been really drawn to blue and white lately. I knew exactly where I wanted to put it. I wanted to put it on my mantle, and right now I have some yellow faux flowers in there. I found those at a yard sale a few years back for like 50 cents or something like that. But my hope is that when our roses start blooming, I can just fill that thing full of roses, and I think it'll be so pretty. So that's my hope for that piece. At Goodwill, I found a set of these little pottery pieces. They're like little creamers. There's this one, and then there's one that's even smaller. They're marked Nicholas Moss or Nicholas Mossy Pottery, made in Ireland. And I love the floral here on the front and the cute little pinch. Even the little place where the handle connects has this cute stamp, and there's this really pretty stripe on the base. I just thought these were darling. I think they were $4.99 for the 2 of them. And I put this big one on my little coffee tray in my coffee bar area, and then the smaller one I put on one of my bookshelves, and I filled it with little seeds from my clematis plant. I think when I have actual flowers, I'll definitely use it for that, but it looks really cute on the bookshelf. One of the days that I went to Goodwill, it was like full of baskets. There were baskets on almost every aisle, so somebody must have had a substantial collection and made a huge donation. So I had to hold myself back. But I found this really cute one that has little pigs on the front, little sort of shaker style pigs, and it's got this nice sturdy handle, and it's nice and thin. And my thought with it is that it reminded me first of the Longaberger, I think that's how you pronounce it, brand, but it's not marked that, and usually those are, so I don't think it's actually that. I'm thinking that what it's intended for is mail and keys. That's my thought. I do have a pretty well-established spot for mail and keys in this house, so I don't know if that's what I'll use it for. I do still have all my necklaces in a box in my closet. I don't have them hung up. I will prefer to have them hung up because if I see them, then I wear them. You notice I don't really wear them if I don't see them. So that's an idea for this. Or I think it'd be really sweet to hang aprons on in the kitchen and then like tuck some flowers or maybe like some vintage recipe books or something in the top and hang this in the kitchen somewhere, maybe on the kitchen pantry door. So I have a couple ideas. We'll see what I end up doing. This was one of the things I'd hoped I'd get to this last week to kind of play with it. But with the sickness we've had, I haven't had a chance. So this was only $1.99. So that was one of the reasons why I grabbed it too. I was like, that's only $1.99. It's such a great practical piece. So not everything I buy at the thrift store ends up working out for me. And this is a classic example of that. I was so excited when I saw these because I have such a fun idea for our kitchen once we get around to painting it. I want to use really pretty knobs, possibly like a blue and white theme on the knobs. So I found these really cool knobs and I wanted to use them for my kitchen. These ones were new in package, and then they were also included with another set of used package. I really like the blue and white color and the neat sort of silver design in the center. It was $6 for all of these knobs, and I thought that was such a great price. But I put one on to kind of test it out, and I loved the way it looked, but it kept snagging our clothes. I had it on here to kind of try it out, and it snagged my favorite apron several times. It snagged my jeans. It snagged my son's sweatpants. That little silver part just catches on things. So unfortunately, these aren't going to work for being kitchen knobs. I think if you were to put them on a piece of furniture or on cabinets up high where you're not necessarily going to be brushing against it with fabric, that it'd be great. But because I want to use them in my kitchen, it wasn't going to work. So I was so bummed, and I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put these on my POSHMARK. So if you have a project you could use these for, I always have my POSHMARK link down below. But yeah, that was just such a bummer. I loved them. I thought they're so cool. So I don't have any furniture right now that I could use them for. So I think I will go ahead and list them and see if someone else can use them. On to estate sale finds, and then I have one more kind of bigger thrift store find to show you. So I went to an estate sale where the lady was a seamstress. Like, she had a ton of sewing things, bits and bobs, so much so that I actually felt a little overwhelmed. So I just tried to zone in on things I knew I could use and would really enjoy having. And there was a lot of people there. So I did my best. I kind of like think back and I'm like, oh, I should have grabbed that. I should have grabbed that. You know what I mean? But anyway, I spent $3 at this estate sale and I got some goodies. I grabbed a pile of these Christmas ribbons. They're, you know, just the classic sort of tartan plaid. And so I have 4 of these that are just completely new, unused, and those will be great come Christmas time. I love shopping estate sales for things like ribbons and just practical stuff. Finding cool vintage stuff is always a bonus, but the practical things that you can get for so cheap, and they really help stretch your budget. I got a couple minty colored ribbons as well. This is my daughter's favorite color, so I thought for wrapping gifts for her or little Easter gifts would be really nice. So those were like $0.10 a piece. So I will open this up to show you guys better what these look like, but these are really cool, unique buttons, and my daughter picked these out to do crafts with. She really likes this kind of style of things to make art and crafts out of. So again, I think this bag was like $1.25, very inexpensive, and some really cool buttons. We also picked out a couple of these kind of plasticky buttons. This set reminded me of jadeite, just that green color was so pretty, and then this pinky color was just really, really pretty, and the shape of the button was pretty unique to me. So again, these were like $0.25 a piece, and we'll use these for crafts. Another little just practical item for me are these safety pins, $0.25 a piece. And I use these when I prep my items for consignment sales. I do pop-up consignment sales with, like, you know, big companies. I've talked about consignment sales, kids consignment sales before, and that I like to sell at them. And I've been doing this for over 10 years now, which is crazy to me. When we moved here, I was really excited that there is a big one in a town nearby. So I did that one in the fall, and I'm signed up to do it again this spring, and I needed these. Like, I had it on my list to go buy more. I was just gonna get them at Walmart. So this was a definite savings for me to find these for $0.25 a piece. And one of my favorite items to get at estate sales is lace. I love using lace to wrap things. I often wrap my POSHMARK sales in really pretty ribbons and sewing notions, and I think this will be a great ribbon for that. This lace is super pretty, and I think will just make a package feel super special. So this whole thing was just $0.25. So last but certainly not least is this huge basket that I found. So on that same day where I found the basket with the little pegs on it, this basket was in the furniture section because it is so large it doesn't fit on the, you know, regular shelves. It was $12, which is more than I usually spend at the thrift store, but I thought for this size that it was worth it. It's huge. Woo! It is a little more orange than I like for wood tone, so I thought about maybe trying to tone down the orange and give it like a little washing of gray wash or something like that, but I haven't done that yet. And the other concern I had was just this broken piece here, so I might undo this piece and unravel it and take that off. We'll see what I end up doing. But I was thinking this would just make a super practical laundry basket. It'd also just be great with blankets, stuffed animals in the kids' room, but most likely I'm gonna use it for laundry, and I just love it. So what do you guys think? $12 for that basket? Did I pay too much? I feel like prices everywhere are kind of, you know, nebulous right now, so I'm really curious what you guys think. I know I've had like some of the thrift store prices, I know right away, okay, that's too much. But this one, I really went back and forth on. It's like, oh, it's a good deal. Like if I saw that on clearance at a retail store, that size for that price, I'd probably pay that much and be happy about it. So I try to keep that in mind, but I'm also trying to be selective and wise. So your inputs would be most helpful in the comments. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching today. And I will be sure to share with you where I place some of these things once I get the chance and the energy to do those things. Thanks for hanging in with me again while we get through another round of sickness in this house. I hope you guys are staying healthy. I just really appreciate your support. I thank you for watching to the end of the video. It really does help my channel when you watch all the way to the end, so thank you for that. So if you're new to my channel, I hope you will consider subscribing and hitting the little bell to be notified when I have new content. I again am so grateful for you watching and taking time out of your day to come visit me here at the Sweet and Simple Home. It means so much. You guys take care, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye.